if you want to speak.
Could it be he's just got to switch the video thing where it says?
Possibly. I think Julie was helping him.
Shall I phone him?
I'm going to message him now, Kath.
All right.
Streaming.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome to the May meeting of Hayfield Parish Council. The first item on the agenda, this being the annual Parish Council meeting, is to elect chair and then to elect the vice chair for the forthcoming year. Lisa.
I'd like to nominate yourself for chair again, Tony.
Thank you. Dave.
Seconded.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Okay, in that case, can I have a show of hands, please? Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Now we need a vice chair for the...
Just last thing, the last formal bit is I've emailed you the notification of acceptance to be chair.
I was going to do that after, Andy. Do you want me to do it now?
As long as we know it's done, that's super.
Okay.
As long as I have it on the minutes that you've done it.
Right. Vice chair, Dave.
I'll propose Lisa, if you're happy to do that, Lisa.
Do you wish to continue, Lisa?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Okay, can I have a seconder, Mick? Okay, all those in favour? Right, thank you. Right, I need to make a declaration of acceptance of office. I, Tony Ashton, having been elected to the office of Chair of Hayfield Parish Council, declare I take the office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to observe the Council's Code of Conduct in the performance of my functions in that office, and I'm going to sign it now. Okay.
Hi, Martin.
Hello, Martin. You just missed the worst bit. I've been re-elected as chair for next year, so we've got the worst part out of the way. To receive apologies for absence, I think we're all here. There's no apologies. Does anyone have any variations of order of business? No, we're all happy. 5, declaration of members' interests. I'm going to make a declaration. I mean, I know we're all stood as independents on the council, which I think is the right way it should be on a parish council, but given that one of the applicants has stated that she's a member of the Labour Party, just for transparency, I'm going to declare that I'm a member of the Conservative Party. Lisa.
I've got an interest planning item 6.
Which item's that? Sorry.
Item C, 72 Swallow House Lane.
Right. Okay. Dave.
If we're all making that declaration, then I'm a member of the Co-op Party.
Right. Mick.
Yeah, and I'm a member of the Labour Party. So
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a member of the Labour Party and the Co-op Party.
Right.
I'm a member of the Conservative.
Okay. Right. So
Dave, good Dave Gates, is he with us?
Disappeared off my screen.
Is what, Lisa? Sorry.
Dave, can you hear us?
Disappeared off my screen.
Yeah, I can hear you, yes.
Are you still a member of the Labour Party, Dave?
Yes.
Okay. We'll take that as a declaration of interest as well.
Yeah.
Right. To receive and if appropriate to approve requests for dispensations from members on matters which they have a pecuniary interest. No, fine. Item 7, to determine which agenda items, if any, should be taken with the public excluded. No one any suggestions there? I'm quite happy with it.
Yeah.
Public speaking, 10 minutes. Andy, I take it we've no correspondence you wish to draw to our attention?
No.
There are no pleas present. So, Eva, have you anything to say as a
No.
borough councillor?
No.
No, have I at this stage. So we'll move on to minutes of the previous meeting. Would somebody like to propose?
Oh,
the
hello,
minutes?
Dave.
Assuming that we're happy.
I'll propose them.
Thank you, Eva.
I'll
Seconder,
second.
Dave Toft. All in favour? Thank you. Chair's announcements, item 10. Well, it's been a difficult year for us all, and the parish council has been no exception. However, I think despite the difficulties, we made a significant even contribution to the village. Lots of things we've done. One or two things that come to mind is completion of the bridge, refurb of the playground. We helped with the solar farm project. We've still had Christmas lights switch on and nativity display. We've only made I think the biggest item that concerns residents is the traffic and the parking. Eva had a small amount of success with the parking on Kinder Road, and has managed to get the police there regularly, which certainly helps. But again, there's a failure to engage from Derbyshire County Council. I noticed that our last email did at least get an acknowledgement, which I think we should take as progress, but it hasn't actually delivered anything. So, much of this in these difficult times has been down to Andy, who's gone above and beyond the call and made so much of it possible. And also at the same time has kept me on the straight and narrow. So I'd like to thank him for that. I think that's about it covered for the last year. I think we should be pleased in the circumstances what the parish council has achieved. That's all I have to say. Andy, Clerk's report. Item 11.
Unfortunately for you all, I'm going to deliver this verbally as opposed to written. Just taking you through basically the last meeting progress. The planning, anything you asked me to do on planning went on. Remember the memorial garden renovation? I'm now awaiting 2 other quotations to give us the 3 that we need under the financial regs for the cost it's going to be to make an informed decision. But there is a time limit on that. And I would expect to have heard in the next 2 weeks before I bring it back to you. The signage on our land and the dog fouling, I've set Mr. Wrigley and our gardeners loose on telling me how many signs I want and where they're going to be. And then I've got that £250 starter, and we'll do a rolling programme, and we're just going to ditch my plastic signs, which aren't very good, and go back to the proper powder coated signs. So that's going to be work in progress. We did sign the petition for traffic calming on New Mills Road. We did send a letter to DCC supporting 20s plenties for the school, and that was the chair. We did get an acknowledgement from Councillor Spencer. That's the first one in 6 months, so I was quite impressed. The old school field boundary proposals, I have met with Mr. Finn, and we've devised a plan of action and hang on, there's something.
I think Mick's disappeared. So,
Yeah, sorry.
oh, he's back.
Yeah, he's back in. So yes, a letter will be going to a number of departments in DCC to attempt to get the barrier reinserted. At that point, cultivation plans can be made. The village hall, yes, we've resolved to make the donation there, and that's on the payments list for tonight. The casual vacancy you will be voting on shortly. And apart from, I mean, most of my time's been taken getting ready for the internally appointed auditor's examination of our accounts and also the external audit, and you'll be covering lots of those as this meeting progresses. So a few bits and pieces, a lot of work ongoing.
Anyone, any questions for Andy? Kath?
Sorry, I was distracted there. Julie was getting back to me about Dave. Did you mention the May Queen stage? That's looking absolutely fabulous now.
The May Queen stage has been completed by Chris Wilde. That's from you're actually paying for a bit of it later on today in the accounts. And that was as per a resolution, I think, was it 2-3 months back when you asked for renovation as opposed to etc. So that work is from a previous meeting and a previous clerk's report. But yes, he's quite proud of what he's done.
Yeah, looks well.
Yeah, it does.
Anyone else? Okay, well, we'll move on to planning. First of all, 12A is 40 Ferrybank Crescent, HPK 0196. Has anyone any comments or observations?
We've approved that once, but it's been slightly changed, Tony.
Yes.
I
Yes.
propose we just agree with it.
Okay. Everybody's nodding their head. I'm going to take it as that.
Yeah.
So we're supportive.
Yeah.
Cool.
B is Peak Park 10372 1 acre wood. Again, has anyone got a comment?
I thought that had been withdrawn.
No, it's been re-whatevered. I looked on the website today and I forget the word that they used, but it started with the re something or other, resubmitted probably. So that is live as according to the website.
It was refused before, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
What's anybody's view on it? I you know, personally, I don't have a strong view on it. Does anybody?
No, that's fine.
So no comment then?
No comment, yeah.
No comment. Fine. 72 Swallowhouse Lane, again, it's Peak Park, 0424, 2-story side extension. Again, anybody?
Don't have a problem with it.
No objection.
No objection again.
No, it looks fine.
And lastly is High Peak Borough plan application 0154, and I've not written the address down, I do apologise.
Lane side on Valley Road, Hayfield.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. It's basically converted a bungalow into a house, it would appear.
No problem.
No, looks great.
No comment?
No.
So
Okay, we'll go along with no comment. 13, summer planting. Andy, do you want to?
Yeah, it's I've got to try and think ahead. It'll be this time of year where the Wild About Gardens of the contracted 2 gardeners will be looking to start ordering for the summer. And for the last 2 years, you've given a total budget over both summer and winter of £2,000. But I would suggest, as we managed to stay within the 1,000 last summer and did quite well, I'm looking for an authority to spend £1,000 net on summer plants.
I propose we do that.
Okay.
I second that.
You'll second that, Lisa? Oh, unless anybody else wants to make a comment? No? Well, all those in favour? Thank you, Andy. Allotment Society, the hire of a skip for rubbish removal.
Yeah, I've received an email from Mr. Webb, Secretary. There's a very large pile of rubbish on the allotment that they're then unable to remove themselves, and have looked at the price of skips for removal. They have a number of, they've looked for 2 quotes, one at 354, including VAT, and one at 294, including VAT, which they would prefer because they can't see any difference. They have not spent, they are fully paid up in terms of rents on this financial year and haven't paid any of that out as yet.
So they've got the money.
Yeah.
I
So what
suppose they have it if it's keeping the place tidy.
So the resolution is, can they hire a skip at the cost of £294, including VAT, for the removal of rubbish from the site?
I propose they do to keep it tidy.
And Dave Gates is, are you seconding it, Dave?
Okay, yes, please.
Yeah, okay. No one else wants to speak to the, no, okay, all in favour? Thanks. 15, casual vacancy co-option. Not, never really sure why it's called casual, but anyway, there you go.
Right.
Andy, do you want to run through the
Okay.
the voting procedure for us?
This is the policy you agreed that we, after the advertising by the elections office at the borough, we would put our own adverts in the window of the council office and also on the website, which we did, inviting anyone who was eligible on the usual standards for being a councillor to then, if they so wish, submit a short account, 500 words in support of their application, which they did. And you have received those. Not everybody, please. Yeah, good. And the policy was that we would vote in public, or we have to vote in public, to the point where we have an over 50% majority. What we're going to use using Zoom, we would normally do a sit around the table and you would pass your votes on a piece of paper and I would count them up. So although you're voting in public, you're anonymous. We're going to have to use new technology. So this could all go horribly wrong, everybody. And we're going to do a Zoom poll. There's one question, and the question is, who is your preferred candidate? Make your choice. If after the first round, one candidate has 5 votes or more, then they will fill the vacancy. If they don't, then we will have to remove the candidate with the fewest votes, and I will set you a second question, and you vote again. If there is an absolute majority, that candidate wins. If there's a tie, at that point, the chair will decide. I'll just, in case we get to that situation, I did realise with 9 of you and 3 candidates, we could end up with 3-3-3 on the first round. And there is no stated legislation that tells me what to do. So I've asked the National Association of Local Councils, the Derbyshire Association of Local Councils, and the High Peak Borough Electoral Office. Douk said, oh, that's a sticky one. Asked the election office. The elections office have said, this is 2 suggestions. When it's 3-3-3, we may either ask the chair to cast one, make their choice of who's going to go, or we may do a selection of ballots, which would be me writing the 3 numbers on a piece of paper, putting them in a bag, pulling one out, and that's the person who goes. The overriding principle being it must be fair on everyone. So pulling your number out of the bag isn't particularly fair, but it's the same fairness for everybody. And having spoken to the current chair, that will be the option we do. So everybody ready? I'm going to start a poll.
Do we do it? What happens?
Hopefully the poll will come up and you're able to click. You've got a choice of 3, make the choice, and I will see the results.
Where
Okay,
is it?
everybody?
Wait, where?
Where is
Sorry,
it?
Lisa.
Lisa, sorry.
Can't see it.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Wow.
Submit. That seemed to work.
I've got a submit thing here.
We'll submit when
To
you've
the
done it.
bottom, Dave.
No, it says end polling.
Dave, you've logged on as me, haven't you? You've logged on as the host, not as yourself. So you're going to have to text me your vote.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Dave,
do what?
You've logged in as the host of the meeting, me.
Oh.
So you're going to have to text me your vote.
Okay.
When you've chosen, will you press submit?
Well, hang on. How do I message here? Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to pick up your do it at the bottom where it says chat. Click
got
chat and direct it to me. Has everyone submitted a vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I've got attendees are now viewing the questions. Have you definitely submitted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew this wouldn't work.
It seemed to go.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
It went
perfect
off
from
the
this
screen.
end.
I've
Right,
sent you
I'm
mine now,
just going to
Andy.
have to relaunch. Now, could you try again, please?
I've sent you mine, Andy.
Yeah, I've seen that. Everybody else, try again for some reason. Because unfortunately, because Dave logged on as me, it knocks my question out.
Oh, perhaps
The
it all
different
went
device.
through.
So
We've
right, I'm
done
going to
it
finish
now.
now. Dave, I want you at the bottom on polling. Click on poll. Can you see it?
says end polling.
Right, I want you to, right. You're going to have to launch it because you came in as me, unfortunately. This is just a second.
We've got the results.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got the result plus mine somewhere.
Where
That's,
are the results? Because I can't see them.
Right, okay. So shall I read? Can you all see them?
Dave
Okay.
will have them because he's logged. Right.
But you
Come-
showed
come-
us the
I saw
result.
them. but
just
just
a minute,
Right.
before we went any further, mine disappeared off the screen before I pressed submit. So has it been,
Have you got 8 votes, David?
should have 9 votes?
Yeah,
Oh.
but Dave's vote is to me on
Oh,
the
right,
table.
yeah, I beg your pardon.
No, I've got what's showing here is 6 votes, 7 votes, plus
Right, you're
mine
missing-
is 8.
You're missing Tony's. So
Yeah.
would you just send private chat to me what you can see, and Tony, if you send me a message of who you would vote for.
if you've got them behind you.
Sorry.
I have to wait while I just log my phone on.
There's somebody
Tony.
behind you.
Yeah, there is, Richard, because I couldn't see the small print. He's had to come and press it with my eye. My
Dave, have you sent it to
magnifying
me?
glass wouldn't work.
Dave,
Yeah,
have you sent them to me? Dave, you need to send to me because you've logged on as me. I can't actually see my own screen properly. So you're seeing what I should be seeing. I need you to send it to me under the chat.
so share results. No,
Yes, if you can.
listen, I could send it to you on the phone.
Yeah, do that.
What it is at the moment.
Please do, because I've got the other votes now. Show me what you've got from that poll.
Well, yeah.
6 votes. You should have 7 votes.
I have.
Send them to me and I'll get the result, and then I'll redo it if we're down to 2. And because it's coming from me, it should work.
Just a sec, yeah.
So it looked very good, everybody. Trouble is, I couldn't see it and I didn't have control of it. So-
No, it worked perfectly apart
Oh,
from that.
marvellous, yeah.
Don't think I need you anymore.
No, I think you will. I think you might well leave her. Let's just
Oh,
see.
come back.
I've
Maybe
not
you-
spelt those right, so it's coming through now.
Right.
Oh, sorry, the last one is
Okay, just a second.
no, hang on.
Yep, that's fine. I don't seem to have the results for the last member. I've got 3
There,
1.
just sent it.
You've sent it again.
Yeah, I've sent the vote for the last one.
Right.
You're going to love this.
I'm not sure you have because I can't see it. Are you
Don't
sure
you
you
think we
have?
should have it again?
Right, got it. 3. Right, we're going again. Okay, the results are 4 votes for Anne Clark, 1 vote for E. Davis, 4 votes for D. Goldthorpe. Therefore, we eliminate E. Davis from round 1. And I'm going to Dave. If there's any way you could log off or not be me, it'd be great. But let's see if this works now. I'm
I
gonna
can
set it-
relaunch it here if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you to relaunch. Right, on this relaunch, everybody, you cannot vote for E. Davis. You can only vote for Anne Clark or David Goldthorpe. Dave, if you relaunch. Everybody tell me if you can see the relaunch.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
That will have cleared all the old results. Please vote again. Don't close down till everybody says they've voted.
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone.
Dave?
But
It's gone.
fine here. I've got 6 votes on screen. How many of there are should there be there?
You should have 8 votes.
I've got 8 votes here.
You've got 8 votes. Will you send them to me with
And
your vote?
I've got mine to send.
Right. The reason it disappeared, everybody, is because you'd all voted. The minute all the votes were in, it took the result. Right, Dave, are you sending me yours and you sending me the result? Because remember, I can't see it because you're me.
So I'll send you the result, including mine, because everybody else has voted. So it's
Yes,
the final result.
Yeah. Okay, the final result is A. Clark 4, D. Goldthorpe is 5, and therefore, provided that he accepts what he has to accept, which is signing the acceptance of office, the declaration of interest to the returning officer, then David Goldthorpe will be co-opted to the council and will appear at the next.
He's going, Lisa.
Andy,
Time to put the kettle on.
Andy, will you write to the others and thank them for expressing an interest?
I will do. I will do. And thank you all for bearing up with new technology. You did very well. I'm just going to slap.
It worked pretty well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's going to find it when I went.
Okay. I think the next item 16 is committee members, but I think as we've now got a new member of the council, my proposal is that we defer it until the next meeting, the committee places, to give them the opportunity to express an interest. Does anyone have a contrary view to that?
I agree, it's a good idea.
No one got a contrary view?
No.
No. Okay, so can I propose it's deferred? Will you second that, Eva?
Yes, I will.
All in favour? Thank you. Annual review of council policies. Yes.
Miss Dean.
I'm sorry. That's the committee members.
Oh, is that? I couldn't hear what you were saying, Tony. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'll say it again. My proposal was that we, as we've now got a new member of the council, and to give them an opportunity to fully participate, that we deferred it until the next council meeting.
Okay, I can hear that
places
now.
on
Yeah,
outside.
I second it.
Yeah.
And
Fine. I couldn't hear. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Annual review for council's policies. Before I go through the list, which I propose to take in one, has anyone any queries or comments to make on the policies? Jackie?
No.
Can we confirm that there have been no changes in legislation that would mean that we would have to change something?
Not that I've been notified about. There've
Okay.
been no communications from either DALC or NALC that have, like website compatibility we had last year, that made us have to change stuff. Nothing
Right.
like that. The only issue we have at the moment is what you'll discuss later, which is the non-continuation of the remote meetings, temporary legislation.
Right. So we can say that we've reviewed these procedures and policies in great detail fairly recently. And if there have been no changes to legislation that are relevant, I, for one, would like to propose we accept them all.
Okay, thank you.
I would
Dave
second
Toft.
that.
Dave
Yeah.
Toft, you're seconding it as well. Yes, we'll take them on block. I've read them all, and they look fine to me. as I'm sure others have done. So if we take them on block, all those in favour of accepting those as our policies for the forthcoming year? Thank you, that's carried. Group reports, item 18, climate group.
Yeah, because can I speak on this?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was in hospital last, in and around our meeting last month, we didn't actually meet in the end, but just to briefly update you, the recent priority of the group has been to alert local businesses of the decarbonise grants, which we passed a couple of months ago to give our parish council approval to or support to. Those reports from different people, we've been canvassing different companies, different firms, and we will be reporting back to the climate group next Wednesday, and I'll give a full report on how things are going at the next meeting.
Okay,
that's all we've got really.
Sorry, Mick, I didn't know you'd been in hospital.
Yeah, I went in for a knee operation, but it was cancelled at the last minute for a slight complication. I won't go into it now, Tony. Talk about it off air.
Okay. Little Hayfield Advisory Group. Well, we had a rather poorly attended Zoom meeting. We did make a little headway. I don't know whether it was because it wasn't in the pub and people couldn't have a pint, but I rather suspect it's because people haven't downloaded Zoom, and I know one of the regular attendees was away on holiday, but I don't think there's anything really to report from it, is there, Andy?
No, we elected a new chair for the year, Caroline, and the councillor you've just co-opted will sit on that group by default, as they've been elected to Hayfield West. And now we're like everyone else, we're waiting for suitable accommodation for the next meeting.
Fine. Traffic Management Committee.
We haven't had a meeting, but I'm still battling to get hold of them at Derbyshire County Council. But as I've told you before the meeting, the police are cooperating wonderfully in Kinder, coming every Saturday and Sunday. And I think one of the main problems now is people are putting cones outside their houses. And when people move them, they get quite irate. They don't still accept that they don't own the road. And it's causing unnecessary upsets.
Yeah. Dave, Mick, have you anything to add? Nothing? Okay.
Not really, Tony, no.
Right, fine. 19, reports from outside bodies. Hayfield Allotment Society. We know that they're tidying the site up and they're having a skip. Is there anything else, Andy?
No, 100% paying on the rent.
I don't know of anything.
They've had their inspections, which the few plot holders they wanted to talk to received the advice very well and running well.
I think it's running well, because I know a number of parish councils have difficulty with their allotment. So whilst things are running well, I'll say nothing. Hayfield Educational Charity. That's work that we've got in the near future. Football club, Jackie, Mick, anything? Football and sports club?
Nothing to report there, Tony.
They've paid their £1 peppercorn rent, which is sellotaped to a piece of paper, and I will pay it into the post office next time I'm passing.
Make sure you do.
Will do. And if anyone sees the vicar, could they give him £1 on our behalf, and I'll pay it.
Anything for the village hall? No.
I've had a communication from them saying that they are ready to restart in May, but when you get to this later on, we'll cover it later when you get to the date of next meeting.
Fine.
And part of today's payments is to give them a £250 Section 137 grant, which again I've written to Mr. Sherstone about, and hope he's expecting that tomorrow. Lisa,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
I've seen a draft of a letter to users of the village hall about having a substantial discount for the next 2 years. So they are sorting that out.
Brilliant, brilliant. That's good. I think that was Dave Toft's idea, which was a good one.
Yeah.
Arden Quarry, it's all quiet. No smells in the past month. Not a lot of traffic. No windswept rubbish on Oven Hill. So all comparatively good news. Hayfield Quarry Liaison Group.
We haven't met. And we haven't had any complaints. We sometimes do get complaints from people, but there haven't been any about noise and inappropriate time of day working is the usual complaint, but we haven't had one.
Right. Community Orchard, Kath, do you want to say anything?
I think we're still waiting with bated breath for the tree guards. Zoe, Andy.
I found a company who did told me in great detail about the worldwide shortage of plastic shipping containers and trade routes in respect of tree guards. And at the end of 5 minutes, he said, would you like part of your order delivered? To which I said, yes, please. So you have 35 tree guards ready for deployment in the downstairs store.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Right.
But before you take them, as Martin points out, you'll notice one of the payments is for the tree guards today, and it's not showing the VAT on it. And the reason being, I need to check in that box of tree guards if there's a decent VAT invoice so I can do my accounts properly. So at the moment, it's shown without VAT. So you're ready to go, Mezzers, Toft, and Kath.
Right. Yeah.
Dave Toft.
Yeah, so I think when the group set up, we agreed 3 meetings a year, didn't we? So this will be the summer meeting, and I need to talk to Kath, and we try and get a date for that, Kath, probably in June, I'd have thought.
Yeah, we're coming into Blossom now. I mean, that was the other purpose of the reading back through the history of the community orchard. That was the other purpose of the community orchard, was to fill the village with blossom, which is doing quite nicely at the moment. So the thing is, we're going to need a meeting for picking and then a meeting for pruning, which will mean if we're having a meeting for the tree guards, that means we'll have 4 meetings.
We can only have 3, I think, under the except in an emergency. So let's look. When's the picking? That's in.
It's the end of September. Yeah.
So if we have a meeting in June anyway, we can then look at the other dates.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's get together and just get a date.
Yeah. We won't take up any more time here.
If you're short of bodies, and I mean if you're short of bodies, give me a bell or send me an email. I'll chip in.
Thank you very much, Tony.
Not the most practical person in the world, but I'll do my best.
That makes a few of us. But we do have some true experts on the committee, so they put up with us. Yeah.
I'm good at pruning if I'm told which bits to prune.
Yeah.
Okay. Item 20, finance and accounts for payment. I'm going to take these one at a time. We usually skip through these, but since it's the year end, the bank accounts end of year reconciliation and variance against budget. We've all had the report. I've seen it. I think we just need to approve it, don't we, Andy?
Yeah, I could go through some high points and low points, but we did finish the year very close to where we predicted at the end of the first quarter at 89,048. There are some difficult bits in there, as the chair of the finance committee, Jackie, pointed out, how I'll explain to both the internal and external auditor about the solar grant, which will break out even. I gave you the multicoloured version of where we were up and where we were down, and Martin managed to spot a variance in there. Thank you. I like his keen interest. But overall, we were very close. The actual expenditure was very close to the budget, and everything is balanced. Well, the way I've done it is balanced. I hope the auditor agrees. So yeah, everything you need to know is there. When you come to the AGAR bits, we have had controls in that the chair of finance with the chair of the council has inspected the invoices, scans against the payments on the bank account, etc. It was no way it could ever be as vigorous as when we're all face to face, but we do still maintained the internal controls, but not as lock solid as we would want if we were face to face. That's my little bit. Any questions though? Everything's there. Ask me anything. It's totally open.
Okay. Right. So I'll propose that we accept the bank accounts and reconciliation for 2021 budget. Jackie.
I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favour? Great. Now I know B. This is why I wanted to take them separately. I know Andy was very keen. We had a discussion about it, as was I, that we meet our contractual obligations with our staff and that they be paid as per their contract of employment. So B is to resolve that staff payroll and any other contractual payments be made on the third Wednesday of each month, notwithstanding whether the finance committee meet on these dates. It's to fulfil our obligation, which I think we must do with our staff. Lisa,
How can that?
you'll propose that.
And I'll second it.
Second. All in favour? Thank you. Approve the council's governance statement for 2021. I printed it off and then I've doodled on it, unfortunately.
I'll get it. Hang on.
I'll have to print it off again.
Go and sign it.
Just so you know what you're signing.
Yes.
It is this section of the AGAR is where you are declaring your system of internal controls, assessment of risk, liabilities, etc. And it has to be approved, and this resolution has to be passed prior to the next one. You've all had a copy? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So approve that first.
And then the next one is the accounts for.
Did I see a vote on it, Tony? There was a vote on C.
I propose that we accept it.
Okay. Seconded by Dave Toff. All in favour?
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out, Andy. Okay. The accounts. We had them, then they've just disappeared.
Yeah, I'm there. Stand by. This is the next section. And this is how you started the year there, which matches number 7. 1 on the right matches 7 on the left. This is what we received in precept. This was our other income. These are the staff costs minus travel expenses and various other bits and pieces. These are all other payments. And that £88,904 is 1 + 2 + 3 minus 4 + 6. But then we have to look at our bank accounts, and our bank accounts tally the exact same figure of 88,904. The fixed asset register, which I've mentioned in my email, it's best not to touch it. I have only made the addition of the two recycling bins. So you'll see the difference between the figure at 9 on the left and 9 on the right. All other assets can't be devalued or revalued. So all values are those as stated when they first went on the asset register. And we have no trust funds there. So again, those are the accounts for the year, and that's what you're voting on now.
I propose we accept them.
Seconded by Dave Toff. All in favour? Thank you. Move on to the payments. Approve the expenditure items. There were they were added to in a later email.
Yeah, I added 867 and 868 today when I realised I'd missed the invoice from our payroll services lady, who we really should pay on time as she keeps the ship running. You are retrospectively approving 855 to 858 because those are the payments that are made due to contractual obligations to staff, etc. So from 859 to 868, those are new payments where you need to be satisfied that the payment set up on the bank account match the invoices I have scanned to you. And then at some point, someone make the actual payment.
Jackie?
I've checked the invoices against the payment list and against the Unity Trust transactions, and they look all right to me.
So you proposing acceptance?
Yes.
Thank you. Has anyone else got anything to say? No? Okay, I'll second them. All in favour of those payments? Great, thank you.
And I'll volunteer to pay them.
Thanks, Jackie. Do I
Thank
have
you,
one other
Jackie.
volunteer?
Yeah, I'll do them.
Gav,
We'll
thank
do them
you.
after the meeting. Have
Yes.
you already done them, Jackie?
No, I haven't, no.
All right,
Because we've
okay.
only just voted. So,
Yeah,
but
right,
I will do
okay,
them
yeah, fair
before I
enough,
switch
yeah.
off.
Okay, great. Which brings us, normally it's a formality, but it's the date of the next meeting. However, with the legislation of which I'm sure we're all aware, and the court case last week, after tomorrow, all council meetings are supposed to be taken face to face. Given the size of the village hall, we would still have to exclude the public. So I see that we've two options here, unless anyone can see a third way, but the two ways that I see it is that either A, the June meeting is in the village hall and we film it as we are doing now, or to the best of our ability, stream it on YouTube, or secondly, we defer the June meeting until July if members are not happy about meeting in June. But were we to do that, that comes with a warning that inevitably there will be a decision, or maybe even more than one, that has to be taken, which would be taken by the clerk in conjunction with myself, the two of us together. So unless you have anything to add about the village hall, Andy?
No, it's open. It can take the councillors. I don't think it could take unknown numbers of the public when we are still advised to socially distance. So we could meet. I could put the little camera and film myself on attached to a laptop and film the meeting and transmit it. That's one way of doing it. The choice, of course, is yours, whether you're prepared to go in and be in a group of 9 or 10.
Okay, so I've Lisa first and then Dave Toft. Lisa?
I think we should meet in the village hall. I don't think we should skip a meeting, and I'm sure, Andy, you could be the next Spielberg. You'll be fine.
Dave Toft.
I was just wondering, does it not clash with the rule of 6 indoors?
I think we're out to do. I think that's the public indoors. I think we'll be okay. I think May the 21st. It's after May the 21st, and that rule.
Yeah.
That's when you can have 6 indoors.
Yeah, we will be able to, because I'll have to work out which legislation. But remember, at the moment, I'll just refer back to the Scouts. I can meet with unlimited numbers of Scouts inside at the moment.
Right.
And it's more than 6. I'll double check, but as the government said, you can do it.
I
you need to find a building big enough.
I think we should do it.
Right, I'll come back to you in a minute, Eva. Can I just say, Dave, that at the borough, I do know that in about 3 weeks is a planning meeting, and they're holding that at Chapel Town Hall, and I think they're going to escort in speakers, and when they've spoken, escort them out again. But potentially there will be 12 councillors plus officers in that room. So for purposes of the council, yes, you can meet. Eva?
I think we should have it in the village hall in June.
Okay. Does anyone have an opposing view? Mick?
I haven't got a particularly strong view on it, but are we still allowed to, am I right in saying what you said there, Tony? We can still meet on Zoom if we want to.
No, we can't.
Oh, we can't meet on Zoom.
No.
Okay,
No.
no, there's no option then, is there?
Yeah, it's either that or defer. Those are your two
Okay.
choices.
Right. Okay.
Does anybody else want to express a view?
Can we go to
Martin,
the pub garden
I won't be
instead?
attending.
you wouldn't attend.
No.
Okay, fine. All right then. Well, will someone make a proposal and then we'll take a vote?
I'll propose that we do.
Dave Tough, that we meet at the village hall in June. That's proposed.
I'll second it.
Eva seconded it. Could I have those in favour, please? Let me just count. Yes. Are you voting, Lisa? No? Fine.
Yeah.
And can I take it you're against, Martin?
Correct.
Okay, so it's 8-1. That brings us to the finance meeting in 2 weeks, Andy. Which
I'm going to have to book the village hall because the finance is a proper committee. That leaves me a problem, Jackie, because you can't attend, can you?
Absolutely.
Unless you want to. Oh.
I mean, it's a bit cheeky.
Could we defer the finance to the next council meeting? Would that be easier?
What about payments?
Well, we've
Just said the main ones, the contractual ones.
Or automatic.
Yeah, we'll function. It just makes the parish, these meetings maybe a little bit longer.
Well, that's fine.
That's all right.
Yeah, are we happy to defer it to the June meeting? Yeah, I think that's sensible. Okay, well, that all happened a lot quicker than I thought it was going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the credit for it. I probably don't deserve it, but I'll take it anyway. Okay, well, thanks very much, and I very much appreciated being elected chair of the council again. I do. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Andy, as I said earlier, thank you very much for all your efforts. I'm sure I'm speaking for us all when I say that, and your achievements during the year. It's been great.
Thanks,
Thanks
Andy.
for chairing, Tony, because it's been a very difficult year and doing it all on Zoom as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah, I tell you one thing though, at the Borough Council, the mayor that's been doing it, I cannot tell you how good he's been. I wouldn't have thought anybody could be that good. 40 odd people to look at,